Hey, this is Rick Casalge, injury specialist from exercisesforinjuries.com. In today's video, I wanted to go through a back pain workout for the advanced. And I'll get Andy to demonstrate the first one, then we'll go through it in detail, and then I'll show you the other three in this workout. Good, so that ends up being the first one, bridging with single leg. Good, so what you're bridging up, you're straight in when it comes to the knees, hips, and shoulders. You're holding that high position, so you're tightening your abdominal area, really working your glutes, really working your hamstrings, and then you're going to straighten out that leg, and then you're really working the stability part in your pelvis, which ends up being important, and ends up being important, all of this being strong when it relates to back pain. When it comes to sets, reps, time, and intensity, sets you can do one. Repetitions, you can do 5 on each side, just alternating back and forth. When it comes to time, you're holding the end position for a good stop, so a second or two. And then intensity, we really want to be working those muscles in the glutes, hamstrings, and in the core and in the hip area. So that ends up being the first one, bridging with straight leg. Now we're going to move on to the next one. This ends up being the plank movement, and we're going to do like a three-way plank. So you're planking, you're straight through the heel, hips, and shoulders. You've got the arms stacked. Then you're going to move into a side plank and bring the arms to the side, holding it for a second or two, back to the front. Good, second or two, and then the other side. Good. So we're doing that three-way plank movement, moving from front plank to side plank, trying to keep nice and straight when it comes to legs, hips, and shoulders. Good, and we're really working that core area in all three planes of movement and really working through that pelvis area. So when it comes to sets, reps, and time, one set, what you'll end up doing is a total of 10 planks. So keep going until you get to 10. When it comes to time, you're coming to a good, your smooth controlled movement, coming to a good stop, so a second or two at each of the plank movements, a front or a side plank. And then intensity, you really want to be working that abdominal area and around that pelvis area. Now the third exercise you're going to go through in this back pain workout, you're going to go through Supermans. So you're in a 4-point position, hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, and then knees are in line with the hips. Then you're going to be in a nice straight position when it comes to hips, shoulders, and head. You're going to tighten that abdominal area, and then you're going to straighten one arm out and then straighten the leg out, holding it for a good stop, and then you're going to switch sides. Good. And back. So what we're working here, we're working on that core area, but then we're also working on the core in the hamstrings and hip, and then we're also working up in that shoulder area as well. And then working on those stabilizers of the hip, which are good and important. When it comes to sets, reps, and time, I'm looking at one set, repetitions 5 each side, so a total of 10. When it comes to time, smooth controlled movement, end position, we're holding for a good stop, so a good second or two. And then intensity, we just want to be working the muscles in the core and hip and in the shoulder area. Now moving on to the last one, so the fourth exercise in the back pain workout, you're going to go through a deadlift movement. Good, so you can just go to knee height or you can go to shin height. And with this one, you're flat on the feet, weights maybe on the midfoot or a little bit behind, slight bend in the knee. Most of the movement's happening in that hip area. So you're good and straight in the rest of the body. You can go to knee height or you can go to shin height. And with this one, we're really working on those hips, so working the glutes and working the hamstrings. So having those good and strong end up helping when it comes to relieving back pain. And then also going through that movement, we end up working that core through that hinging movement, so at different angles, which ends up being good for the core and the abdominal area. So there you go. Give this back pain workout a go, especially if you're an advanced exerciser. Now, if you want some more of my back pain relieving tips, then I recommend for you to click right here. I have a brand new free report called 5 Tricks That Fight Back Pain and Tightness. Just click right here, let me know where to send that report, and I'll send you that report right away. Now if you're watching this video on a mobile device or a tablet, head down below in the description and click the first link, which will end up being exercisesforinjuries.com/backs. Let me know where to send that report, and I'll send you that report right away. Now, if you got benefit from this video, make sure you like this video. If you have a question or comment for me, leave it down below in the comment section. And lastly, hit subscribe in order to get future back pain and pain relieving videos.